Picture this, a life so drenched in luxury it feels almost unreal. Flashy cars gleaming in the driveway, a mansion straight out of a dream, and a bank account that seems to have no limits. This was the world of Takeoff, the quiet genius of Migos, a man whose rise to fame looked unstoppable. But behind the platinum plaques and red carpet moments, there were stories you didn't see. Stories of deep love, personal battles, and a tragic ending that came far too soon. In today's video, we're pulling back the curtain on Takeoff's world, the relationships that grabbed headlines, the jaw-dropping homes and rides that screamed success, and the relentless hustle that turned him into one of hip-hop's most respected names. But as we celebrate the empire he built, we'll also face the heartbreak of his sudden death and the unanswered questions that still echo today. Takeoff wasn't just another rapper chasing fame. By the time his life was cut short in 2022, he had stacked up an incredible $26 million net worth. As one-third of the powerhouse group Migos, alongside his uncle Quavo and cousin Offset, he helped reshape the sound of modern rap. Their style didn't just dominate the charts, it influenced an entire generation. The numbers tell the story. Between September 2017 and September 2018 alone, Migos raked in a jaw-dropping $25 million. And they didn't just earn it from streams and album sales, they worked for it. 93 shows in a single year, city after city, stage after stage. That's the grind that fueled their success, and the kind of dedication that made Takeoff a legend. When it came to numbers, Migos didn't just dominate the stage, they owned the digital world too. Between September 2017 and September 2018, their music was streamed over 4 billion times. 4 billion. That's not just popularity, that's cultural dominance. It proved Migos wasn't just riding the wave of modern hip-hop, they were steering it. Streaming platforms had turned into the new radio, and Migos was everywhere, blasting through headphones, car stereos, and party speakers worldwide. And they weren't slowing down. The very next year, from September 2018 to September 2019, the trio pulled in an even more jaw-dropping $36 million. It was proof they weren't just hot, they were staying hot. Their empire was built on two unstoppable forces: electrifying live shows and massive digital streams. Together, they turned Migos into one of the most profitable names in music. But to understand Takeoff's legacy, you have to go back to where it all began. Born Kirsnick Kari Ball on June 18, 1994 in Lawrenceville, Georgia, just outside Atlanta, Takeoff grew up in a city bursting with hip-hop energy. Atlanta wasn't just a hometown, it was a global music powerhouse, producing legends left and right. Takeoff was raised by his mother in a tight-knit family. Alongside his uncle, Quavious K8 Marshall, the world would come to know him as Quavo, and his cousin, Kiari Kendrell Cephas, better known as Offset. The three weren't just family, they were inseparable. Music wasn't a hobby, it was the air they breathed. From the jump, they were influenced by Southern rap royalty, Gucci Mane, Outkast, Lil Wayne, artists whose swagger and wordplay would shape their own style. By 2008, the cousins decided to turn their passion into a mission. They formed a rap group they first called Polo Club, hitting basement studios and local shows, slowly building a name in the underground scene. It wasn't glitz and glamour yet. It was grind, hustle, and endless nights chasing a dream. Then came 2011, their first mixtape, Juke Season. It wasn't a smash hit, but it was their first real stamp on the map, a sign of what was coming. A year later, their no-label mixtape began to turn heads, showing off a unique sound and rapid-fire flow that would soon change hip-hop forever. Their early mixtape might not have been a chart-topping smash, but it did something just as important. It put Migos on the map. The rap world started to take notice. You could hear it in their flow, feel it in their energy. These guys had something brewing. Then 2013 hit, and everything changed. That's when they dropped Versace, a track so catchy, so hypnotic, it started spreading like wildfire. The beat? Infectious. The hook? Impossible to forget. Suddenly, the underground buzz was turning into real mainstream attention. And then, the moment that sent it into overdrive. Drake jumped on the remix. One cosign from one of the biggest names in the game, and Versace was everywhere. It broke into the Billboard Hot 100 at number 99, climbed to number 31 on the Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart, and officially made Migos a national name.
they weren't just Atlanta's secret anymore. The track ended up on their mixtape YRN, Young Rich Niggas, a project that didn't just keep their momentum going, it turned them into one of the most talked about groups in hip-hop.
Riding that wave, Migos dropped No Label 2, a follow-up to their earlier mixtape. The numbers were staggering, over 100,000 downloads in the first week alone. People weren't just listening, they were waiting for the next Migos drop. In 2014, they gave fans exactly what they wanted with Fight Night. The track's high-energy beats and instantly quotable lyrics made it a street anthem, peaking at number 69 on the Billboard Hot 100. By now, it was clear Migos wasn't a one-hit wonder. They were here to stay. Then came 2015, the year they took the leap every artist dream of, their first studio album. Young Rich Nation wasn't just an album, it was a statement. A declaration that Migos had evolved from hungry mixtape rappers into full-fledged hip-hop heavyweights. Packed with features from artists like Young Thug and Chris Brown, it brought a polished but still gritty sound that fans loved. The results spoke for themselves. Number 3 on the top rap albums chart, number 17 on the Billboard 200, and a standout hit single, One Time, that became another fan favorite. This wasn't just success. This was the start of an empire. September 2015, Migos drops a new mixtape, Back to the Bando. At first glance, it was just another release for the fans, but hidden inside was a track that would spark a cultural wildfire. That track was Look at My Dab. You didn't just listen to this song, you moved to it. The beat was addictive, the hook was impossible to shake, and before long, the dab dance move wasn't just a Southern thing. It was everywhere. From NFL end zones to school hallways to even late-night TV, Migos had just accidentally started one of the biggest dance crazes of the decade. But they weren't done. That same year, they linked up with Rich the Kid for Streets Unlocked 4, proving their versatility and keeping their name buzzing in hip-hop circles. In 2016, Migos' career rocketed into a new stratosphere with Bad and Boujee, featuring Lil Uzi Vert. The track became more than a hit, it was a cultural moment. Fueled by memes, viral clips, and relentless airplay, it topped the Billboard Hot 100 and went quadruple platinum. Ironically, Takeoff wasn't on the track at all, a scheduling conflict that sparked endless fan theories. But when Migos dropped their second album, Culture, in January 2017, the trio cemented their place as cultural architects. The album debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, selling about 130,000 units in its first week and going platinum by July. The momentum kept rolling. Late 2017 brought Motorsport with Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, number 6 on the Hot 100, and Stir Fry, number 8. Their third album, Culture 3, released in January 2018, scored another number 1 debut with nearly 200,000 units sold in week 1. Fans waited eagerly for Culture 3, but the COVID-19 pandemic delayed its release. When it finally arrived on June 11, 2021, it proved Migos' staying power, sharp beats, tight flows, and trend-setting creativity. By late 2022, rumors of a Migos breakup spread, fueled by gossip about personal drama between members. Just weeks before tragedy struck, Quavo and Takeoff released their joint album Only Built for Infinity Links on October 7, 2022. A bittersweet final collaboration. Takeoff's story wasn't only about music. It was also about the homes and spaces where he found peace away from the spotlight. One of those was Migos' $2 million Atlanta mansion in Sandy Springs, a private 1.8-acre estate with 3 finished floors, an elevator, soaring ceilings, and sunlit spaces. The 2-story foyer opened into a gourmet kitchen with Thermador appliances, a massive island, and a wine and coffee bar. A grand great room with a fireplace served as the heart of the home, complemented by a custom-built office and an elegant formal dining room. The master suite offered vaulted ceilings, its own fireplace, and a spa-style bathroom with heated floors, a champagne tub, and a boutique-sized closet. Upstairs, guest suites and a Jack and Jill bath made hosting easy, while a rooftop deck with its own kitchen, media room, and skyline views became the ultimate hangout space. Outside, landscaped grounds offered space for a pool or cabana, a retreat worthy of a superstar. But Takeoff's idea of home was also deeply personal. In 2017, he and Quavo bought his mother, Edna Marshall, a $560,000 five-bedroom, five-bath home. The brick exterior and warm design reflected his gratitude to the woman who raised him. No press needed. For Takeoff, luxury was never just about status. It was about comfort, love, and family. From the viral dominance of Bad and Boujee to the intimacy of gifting his mother a home, his journey was defined by contrasts: global fame and private generosity, chart-topping success and personal quiet. And while his life was cut short in 2022, the music, the memories, and the spaces he called home remain lasting parts of his legacy. Step through the front door and you're immediately met with a sweeping two-story staircase gracefully curved like something out of a movie scene. It's not just a way upstairs, it's a statement piece, setting the tone for everything that follows. To the side, the formal dining room unfolds in classic style, framed by notched columns that give it a refined, almost regal feel. You can picture it hosting intimate holiday dinners or full-on black tie evenings. The living room keeps the wow factor going. Floor-to-ceiling windows pull in streams of natural light while framing breathtaking views of the surrounding greenery. In the center, a dual-sided fireplace works double duty, warming the room while also acting as a bold focal point. Built-in bookshelves line the walls, offering both charm and functionality, whether for your favorite reads or a display of treasured pieces. Then comes the heart of the home, the kitchen. This isn't just for cooking, it's for living. Outfitted with a professional-grade chef stove, granite countertops, and a breakfast bar perfect for casual mornings, it blends high-end function with everyday comfort. A cozy breakfast room and a practical cloakroom add to its effortless flow. And just when you think you've seen it all, you step out onto the deck and everything slows down. From here, a private forest stretches out before you, offering a sense of peace and seclusion that's rare to find. It's the kind of view that makes you want to linger, whether with a morning coffee or a night under the stars.
The master suite was nothing short of a sanctuary. Centered by a grand fireplace, it radiated warmth and quiet elegance, the kind of room that invited you to slow down. Just beyond, the travertine marble bathroom felt more like a private spa than part of a home. Every detail, from the rich textures to the high-end finishes, was designed for indulgence. It was the perfect place to shut the world out, sink into relaxation, and just breathe. Downstairs, the custom terrace level added another layer of comfort and versatility. An in-law suite offered guests both privacy and luxury, with its own bedroom and bathroom for a complete stay. A screened porch opened onto peaceful views, allowing you to enjoy the outdoors without worrying about the weather. A cozy corner for morning coffee or late-night conversations. Though Takeoff kept much of his own living situation away from the public eye, one thing spoke volumes. In 2017, he purchased this very home for his mother. It wasn't just a house, it was a gift of gratitude, a testament to the love and support she had given him all his life. For Takeoff, success wasn't only measured in platinum records and sold-out shows. It was in the moments he could give back to the people who mattered most. As Migos' fame soared, curiosity about Takeoff's personal life grew, but he remained notoriously private, especially about romance. His breakout with Versace in 2013 put him in the public eye, yet rumors about his relationships were rare and unconfirmed. Speculation spiked after his 2017 collaboration with Katy Perry on Bon Appetit, fueled by their appearance together at a Saturday Night Live after-party. Fans claimed to see chemistry, but Takeoff neither confirmed nor denied anything, and the whispers faded as Perry moved on with Orlando Bloom. By 2018, new rumors tied Takeoff to Bronx rapper Dream Doll, again based on sightings and social media hints. Still, his silence kept the mystery alive, adding to his guarded persona. While tabloids chased love life theories, more serious issues arose.
In April 2015, Migos was facing legal trouble after a chaotic Georgia Southern University concert. Arriving nearly 90 minutes late, they performed for less than 30 minutes instead of the contracted 45. Complaints from organizers were soon overshadowed when police reported smelling marijuana from the group's vehicle, the start of deeper legal complications. Takeoff's ability to keep his private life shrouded in mystery only heightened public intrigue, contrasting sharply with the high-profile controversies surrounding Migos' career. What started as a late performance at Georgia Southern quickly spiraled into something far more serious. When local authorities began digging deeper, they claimed to have found narcotics in the possession of Migos and their entourage. But the charges didn't stop there. Investigators added accusations of possession of a weapon in a school safety zone, a major offense, and even possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Suddenly, what was supposed to be a college concert became a headline-making legal crisis. The fallout came fast. Just 2 days after their arrest, Takeoff, Quavo, and 6 of the crew were released on bail. Offset, however, wasn't so lucky. Along with 7 others, he remained behind bars, unable to secure release. The whole ordeal was a stark reminder of the legal risks that come with the high-profile, high-pressure lifestyle of music superstars, and how quickly things can take a turn. But this wouldn't be Takeoff's last brush with controversy.
Fast forward to July 2017. No flashing lights, no big stage, just a routine flight from Atlanta to Des Moines, Iowa. At least, it was supposed to be routine. Before takeoff, no pun intended, an argument broke out between the rapper and airline staff. The issue? A carry-on bag he had placed on the floor instead of in the overhead bin. Flight attendants insisted it needed to be moved for safety reasons, but Takeoff reportedly refused. The disagreement escalated, and before long, he was being asked to step off the plane entirely. While that airline incident didn't carry the same weight as Migos' earlier legal troubles, it was still a reminder of the constant spotlight and scrutiny that comes with fame. Every move, every disagreement, every headline magnified. Death and inheritance. November 1, 2022. It's a date hip-hop fans will never forget. In the early hours of the morning, devastating news broke. Takeoff, one of rap's most influential voices and a pillar of Migos, had been killed in Houston. He was just 28 years old. The shock was immediate. Social media lit up with grief, disbelief, and tribute after tribute from fellow artists, fans, and industry figures. A voice that had shaped a generation was suddenly gone, leaving a silence that felt too heavy to bear. Justice became the focus in the weeks that followed. By May 2023, a grand jury indicted Patrick Xavier Clark in connection with Takeoff's death. If found guilty, he could face anywhere from 5 years to life in prison. The case is still moving through the courts, with the weight of an entire fan base watching and waiting for accountability. Takeoff's farewell was as monumental as his impact. Held in his hometown of Atlanta at State Farm Arena, the memorial service drew thousands. The arena, big enough to hold over 20,000 people, was filled with friends, fans, and family, all there to honor the quiet genius behind so many hits. His childhood pastor, Reverend Jesse Kearney, led the ceremony, delivering a heartfelt tribute that captured the essence of who Takeoff was. Not just an artist, but a son, a nephew, and a loyal friend.
In the wake of his passing, another reality surfaced: the matter of his estate. Without a will, Georgia law dictates that his closest relatives inherit his assets. A bittersweet reminder that even in grief, the legal world moves forward. That estate? It's not just a house or a few bank accounts. It's a treasure trove of music rights, royalties, and residuals from years of chart-topping hits. We're talking about a financial legacy that will keep generating income for decades. But behind the numbers, a storm is brewing. Takeoff's mother, Titania Davenport Treat, and his father, Kenneth M. Ball, are reportedly locked in a dispute over who should control his estate. With no will left behind, the law is now in the driver's seat, and it's a bumpy ride. The tension runs deeper than just legal paperwork. Takeoff had often shared in interviews and in his lyrics that it was his mother who raised him, shaping him into the man and artist he became. That history adds an emotional weight to the fight, making this more than just a matter of dollars and cents. It's about legacy, memory, and connection. While lawyers battle over the details, Takeoff's true legacy lives on where it matters most, in the music. Every beat, every verse, every flow he delivered continues to inspire artists and move fans around the world. His fingerprints are all over modern hip-hop, and that influence isn't fading anytime soon. If you've enjoyed diving into this chapter of Takeoff's life and career, hit that like button, share this video, and subscribe for more deep dives into the stories behind your favorite artists. Got thoughts on this estate dispute? Or maybe a request for the next celebrity story we should cover? Drop it in the comments. I read them all. Thanks for watching and for keeping Takeoff's name alive with me. Until next time, take care and keep the music playing.